Hello and welcome. SGS Philosophy here. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for making a second video so far. I think that's pretty dope. So, I want to talk today about social hierarchies. Now, it's important to note that social hierarchies are different among males and females, so I'm not going to be speaking about that. I'm more so going to be speaking in a general sense. So, I'm going to try to keep this as least political as possible for the time. So I'm not going to talk about classism or anything like that. I'm also going to leave the gender political divide type things out of the equation. I'm more so going to go into the evolutionary history of social hierarchies. Alright, so for starters, what even is a social hierarchy? Well, a social hierarchy, simply put, is a system that ranks individuals or groups within a society based on factors like power, wealth, status, class, gender, prestige, or privilege. Examples of this include military ranks, job placements, and places where popularity can be a means for resource or social gratification. Now, it's safe to say that hierarchies were a necessity for human survival. While each individual change isn't fully understood, it's believed that they evolved during the transition from hunter-gatherer lifestyles to settled agriculture, with the need to manage resources and resolve conflict between groups. Characteristics that were necessary for the survival of humans during a more primitive time may not have transitioned into modern social structure. Examples would be aggressive behavior such as fighting. While these things happen today, they don't have the intensity that they did in the past. Wars are a lot more calculated than they've been in primitive years. So, what are the pros and cons? Now, social hierarchies have a wide range of benefits, including the proper allocation of resources, order and stability, and efficient leadership. Through these hierarchies, people have a clear understanding of their roles in society, leading to easier management of people. Everything in these societies, in theory, not only have their own structure, but the possibility for social cohesion. Individuals who prove themselves useful, whether it be by trade or intellectual specialization, get the added bonus of having a sense of belonging. Now, the flip side of this coin is that their unique skill has to directly contribute to the people around them. This brings little room for creative aspects, but never zero. But like all things related to society, there are pros and cons. Some of the cons include inequalities and injustices, limited social mobility, and conflict and tension. As discussed in the previous video, structures and collective ideas often limit each individual on an individual basis. This limitation can be as simple as an opinion being undervalued to the violation of someone's rights. While social cohesion is mentioned as a pro, its flip side is that some individuals aren't seen as having inherent value, either because of their inability to market themselves or their skill sets, or they simply don't have anything that directly contributes to society. Take an artist, for example. As an individual, they possess great talent and skills that, if leveraged properly, could significantly boost their status within said social hierarchy. But unfortunately, most cases of this simply don't happen. While a cop, on the other hand, may in theory be less talented creatively, they would still always be in demand. As we stated previously, social hierarchies have been an integral part of human progress, and since there have been no viable alternatives to this system. In our modern understanding, where we can see where these systems fall short, I wonder if it's possible to minimize or even flat out reduce the issues that they bring. Efforts and ideas have been made in the past with the idea of communism being brought about. Of course, this has proven to be ineffective, but it still got me thinking, what if there was a way to ensure that everyone could be treated equally? Is it possible to provide proper allocation of resources, interpersonal value, and an overall sense of order, all while keeping everyone at the same level? It sounds like a utopia, and that's because it is. One main issue going against hierarchies is that humans simply evolved to have them. These traits and characteristics are rooted in our genetic code. Humans evolved to be competitive. The primitive urges of man will always prevail. In order to defy our nature, even in the pursuit of something greater, we have to understand it. We also have to know that this isn't only a human thing. Besides humans, many animals exhibit social hierarchies, including primates like chimpanzees, baboons, and gorillas. They all display dominance hierarchies within their groups. It seems as though we have no real choice. As humans, we must continue to find new ways to refute inequalities, along with accepting our intrinsic nature, our ever so changing, ever so adapting, and ever so evolving nature, that is. Hopefully into something greater. And now for the unscripted portion of the video. I feel a lot better making this. Now, social hierarchies, in my opinion, I feel like it's a very simple concept. It's not something that I had to do too much research on. Of course, I can find a way to make a more in-depth video about anything. I can talk about anything, honestly. But I think this was refreshing. Like, the process of making this took 1/10 of the time as making the other one. I'm just trying to get more fluent. I'm a lot more confident. I'm a lot more comfortable in this. Like, my first video wasn't bad, but like I feel a lot more comfortable making this. So for the time being, I'm making a lot more simpler, less in-depth, shorter videos just to learn, you know. I don't know what I don't know, and I think this is a good learning experience. So with that, I guess I shall conclude this video. Thank you if you stuck around, and